I never imagined that the hands once scrubbing castle floors would one day bear the weight of a crown. Back then, I was just Gloria, one servant among many, as invisible as the smoke rising from the hearths. My existence was defined by the slosh of water in buckets and orders that could never be questioned. I knew every secret whispered in the corridors, yet no one knew my name. The day that changed everything began with an omen. The sky hung heavy as I was sent into the forest, where I heard a sound that chilled me. The desperate neighing of a horse and the metallic clash of blades. What I saw paralyzed me. The prince lay fallen, the victim of a cruel ambush, while the cowards fled, leaving the heir to the throne to die alone in the mud. I could have run. If I were seen with him, the traitors might have returned to finish the job with me. But something inside me refused to let him die. I tore my own dress to staunch his bleeding and hid him in an old hut, staying awake all night to guard the door with a kitchen knife, knowing my life was now tethered to his final breaths. When he opened his eyes at dawn, he didn't see a heroine. He saw only me, filthy, exhausted, and trembling with fear. In that moment, the barriers between servant and prince vanished. Days later, when the royal soldiers arrived, he squeezed my hand before departing and said, "You saved the future of this kingdom. I will not forget." I assumed it was merely a fever dream and returned to the kitchens, certain that our secret would die with me. But it didn't. I was eventually summoned to the great hall before the entire court, where the silence felt hostile and my hands shook so violently I could hardly keep my head up. The prince told everyone how I had saved his life when those clad in silk and carrying golden swords had failed. While the king offered riches, the prince sought something more. He spoke again, and his words made the nobility shudder. He declared that he had found in a maid the honor his generals lacked. On that very day, before a horrified court, he asked for my hand in marriage. The scandal was immediate. They argued that a servant could never be worthy of bearing heirs to the throne, but the prince remained firm, stating, "She has already proven to have more nobility in her dirt-stained hands than all of you have in your titles." Thus I, Gloria, a daughter of no one, became a princess. The greatest transformation, however, wasn't the silk dress. It was learning that my value never lay in my position, but in the courage I showed when everyone else fled. Many expect me to feel small before the throne, but they forget one thing. I was the only person capable of keeping that crown alive in the forest. Before I was a princess, I was brave, and that is what changed everything.
If this tale has pleased your heart, grant us your favor and stand beside us.
And if you wish to hear many more, join us and keep watch for what comes next.